One, two, three. Whoops. All the sap is getting lesser and lesser. You can see it. I can see it. Thank you for tapping that like button. Oh yeah, Nico, what's good, brother? What's happening? Happy Saturday, my friend. Doing good, man, today, actually. Doing good. How are you? Happy Saturday, my friend. Yeah, that's good that that's charged up. No, I haven't, man. Where do you find? Keep seeing you, Sablu. Where do you? Hey, Robert, Grand Rising, my brother. How you doing? Welcome to the live, man. So, everybody, I've got to figure out a specific time, but I'm going to set a thumbnail, create a thumbnail. This is what's going to go down like very, very soon. You too, friend. I'm doing good. About to be off an all OT shift. What is an all OT shift? So, like, yeah, I don't know what that is. What does that stand for, my friend? So we're going to overtime shift. So what is that, like all night or something? An all nighter? So you're pulling like an all nighter type thing. Welcome everybody to the live, man. Tap that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? We're going to talk about authenticity. Okay, anything over a week. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I know what that is. I know what that is. Yeah, I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't put two and two together. It's been a long time since the, are you being your authentic self? That's cool though. You can actually add, um, you being your authentic self. Okay. That's going to be the poll for today, guys. That's the topic. Authenticity. Yeah, I know. And that's why we're going to talk about it. Because you know what? Do you realize how powerful being your authentic self is? Because when you're not authentic, you're lowering your frequency and your vibration. You know? Well, more and more we're being pressed against the wall to become our authentic self. Um, And why do you wear a mask? Do you wear a mask because, and I understand, I think you're talking about a metaphoric mask, like pretending to be something you're not. I think this is a really freaking great topic. And I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to create a thumbnail, and then I'm going to change the thumbnail a little bit every day. But we're going to have like a certain time every single day where I'm going to go live 7 days a week and bring a new topic and bring maybe a new guest, and we'll see how it goes for how long. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Well, let me just say this, man. I did that for a very long time, and what do you mean, Robert? You stopped wearing a mask in elementary school, but now sometimes you think you've gone too far. I don't know what you mean by that. Listen, man, at the end of the day, man, people are going to like you or they're not going to like you. And either way, it doesn't matter. You just got to be your authentic self, your real self. Because listen, man, at the end of the day, when we're not our real self, we're lowering our frequency and our vibration, and it's like unapologetically being yourself. And I bring up my dad once again because, and let me just say this, man, because I know a lot of you talk about like veganism and meat. And so I want to tell this quick story about it, that when my dad healed in 1994 from Hodgkin's lymphoma, 4th stage cancer, he was eating raw, completely raw foods. He didn't eat meat, he didn't eat sugar, he didn't eat dairy, nothing. And he just ate big, huge salads. So back then we went on a cruise. And I don't know if any of you have been on a cruise ship, but the way that they do it is they assign you to a table. And basically, each day you have a dinner with one of the meals you have to have with the same people that they assigned you with at that table. Well, there was two bodybuilders that were married that were heavily meat eaters, and they were big, huge bodybuilders. And that's all they believed in, that you have to eat high amounts of protein and you eat meat, and that's it. That's all they knew. And my dad's sitting at the table with asking the chef to make him this raw salad, this big, huge raw salad. And he's sitting there eating it. And they're like looking at him like weird. And he's explaining to them the benefits and all this kind of stuff. And he was his authentic self. Like, this is what I eat. This is why I'm eating it. This is what the benefits are, and blah, blah, blah. And they did not like it whatsoever because it triggered them to what they believed, that you are supposed to eat red meat and you're supposed to eat meat all the time and blah, blah, blah. And they got massively triggered by it. And he just didn't care. He was himself. And I don't even think he wasn't doing it like in a way that he was doing it purposefully. He was just being himself. And lo and behold, the next day when we were supposed to go to that dinner, they weren't there anymore, and they never showed up again for that formal dinner. They went to the buffets and whatever else, and they maybe even asked for their table to be switched. But it was very interesting how he was his authentic self, and how somebody didn't like it, but he didn't care. He just continued to be himself. And this is what I refer to as, you really have to show up and show out as yourself no matter what. People are going to leave, people are going to stay, people may love you, people may hate you. Like, how many times have you guys seen me come on this YouTube live and I get, gaslit and made fun of and bullied and, all kinds of stuff. And I still keep going. I've been at this social media thingamajig since, I don't know, it's got to be like 10 years now between all these different platforms. And little by little, I've gotten to the point more and more to not care any longer, and to, just be my authentic self, my real self. Like, I come on here and I show up and I show out how I truly am. And if you guys decide to subscribe, then you decide to subscribe. If you don't, then that's okay too. But either way, I'm going to continue to be who I am and bring the knowledge and wisdom and bring it however I feel called to bring it, you know? And so when I say unapologetically, I mean unapologetically being yourself. If it's because here's the thing, man, as we go forward, and I keep talking about this over and over again in different ways, but as we keep going forward, we have to let down the masks. We have to be our real authentic self, man. If that means, crying, if that means sobbing, if that means, ranting and complaining, and if that means whatever that means, just showing up who you truly are. And like I said, man, people may not like it. People may leave. People may and that's the whole thing why I think people are holding on to different identities and different masks because they're afraid that if they show up the way they are, listen, man, I, for so many years, walked on eggshells. That's what it felt like around my family, around friends, around people. I walked on eggshells. It felt like I was walking on eggshells. I don't know if you understand that metaphor or that analogy, but I felt like I was walking on eggshells and I couldn't be truly who I was. And I had people tell me, I can't be around you in a store. You're too loud. You're obnoxious. And I'm like, well, that's like who I am. I'm like, once I get passionate about something, I'm loud and I'm proud about it. And sometimes I'll be in a store with people and I'm really passionate about something and I get really loud and don't even realize where I am. And some people don't like that and they can't handle that energy. And yeah, I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, man, who cares, like what? Because you know what? One door closes, another one opens. So it's like they may leave, but now something better is going to come along. So 80% said yes, they are their authentic self. I mean, 100% unapologetically your authentic self. Not just, oh, I'm being authentic. Are you really being authentic? Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, you could be blunt and everything, but like, do you say what you're feeling? Do you say what's on your mind? Do you act how you would act by yourself alone? You know, if that means, just I'm trying to give good examples of how, it's like some people, here's another example, like some people oh, I got to make sure that this looks really nice and clean and cleanliness for these people to come, or for, or do you just bring your friends over and no matter how things are, or does it have to be pristine before they come? That's just a kind of a stupid example, but it's still nonetheless an example of being authentic, like, well, this is how I am and this is how I show up, and you either like me or you don't like me, you know uh, but I'm gonna tell you what, man, it's getting more and more challenging and difficult to fake it till you make it, to continue to fake be non-authentic. It's becoming more difficult to not be yourself, to not be real, like to hide how you feel. If you're like sad and now you're going to pretend to not be sad because you don't want to be sad around a certain individual or certain people, that's not authentic. Or, like, let me tell you what, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think that no matter what, I've always been authentic. And yeah, there was different aspects when I was much younger as a kid that I was pretending to be something I wasn't, and I was wearing multiple masks, yes. But I still, for the most part, was very, very authentic. But then the times when I guess I was drinking a lot or doing drugs or things of that nature, it wasn't something I probably would have really done if it wasn't me trying to fit in. Say that was not being not authentic. I had anger, you saw it. If I was pissed, you saw it. If I was happy and joyful, you saw it. No matter where I was, whether it was in a store, I raged, I crashed out in stores, in restaurants, in front of family, in front of other people. I was like, that was how I felt in that moment. So I didn't pretend or hide it or suppress it. Not to say people should go into a store and crash out. I'm not saying that. And don't take that as what I'm saying, you know? I'm definitely not saying that. At least walk out into the parking lot and crash out, but um, I'm just saying for me, I didn't hold back, if that makes any sense. I didn't hold back. I just, like, in that moment, I was pissed off, and then you saw it, and you saw the wrath of me, in that moment, I felt on top of the world, and you saw it. It's very difficult for me. A lot of people can fake how they feel, they can turn it off and turn it on, but I think that that's changing much much more rapidly, where you can't turn it on and turn it off. It's like, if you have rage and anger in you, man, it's gonna be seen. It's gonna be seen. You know, I can definitely say that if I am upset about something, you'll see it on my face. You'll see it in my energy. You'll notice it. It's something I have difficulty hiding as an empath, as just someone in my heart all the time. I have a difficult time pretending. Luna sees it all the time. If I'm upset about something, she can tell right away. You know, you can feel it in my energy. You can feel it. You can see it. You can sense it. You can feel it. There's people that can pretend they're pissed off and they're angry, and they can hide it for just that, whatever they're like. Oh, I'm going to this family gathering or this barbecue or this party, and they just turn it off. I I for one am not able to do that. If I'm upset with you, you're going to know I'm upset with you. Because yeah, I just never have been able to, like, suppress that or hide that. I just what I would kind of gravitate to is avoidance. I would avoid you so that you wouldn't see that side of me. But in building the newer school and building this relationship with Luna, it's something that I haven't been able to do, because um, it's like certain people come into your life and they bring things out of you, and there's no way for you to pretend. Um, so yeah, I mean, how many of you are showing up? You show up and you have like 10 different identities and 10 different masks, and you have this friend group where you show up this way, and then you have this friend group where you show up this way, and this friend group, oh, I'm this way. Like, I party with this one, I go to meditation and yoga with this one, I go to uh, I don't know, carnivals and food festivals with this one. You know what I mean? Like, different like identities and different ways you show up with different people in your life. You know, I really truly believe, and I feel the energy of that dwindling, where uh, you know, this is me. This is me unapologetically, and you either like me or you hate me. And either way, I'm going to show up who I am and what I like and what I like to do this exact way. I remember the old saying. I know probably a lot of you remember this saying as well. Uh, I'll fake it till I make it. I'll get this job and I'll fake it till I make it. Well, I don't think, and I know that we cannot do that any longer. Um, it's getting more challenging, more difficult, and I can say this with great certainty that you will never see me come on this live and or put out a video that is not me. It's not me authentically. Never. I will never do it. I will never come on this live and fake who I am. Um, if I'm not familiar with some certain topic, again, because I don't claim to know everything. I definitely don't claim to know everything, um, and I just won't do that. And I mean, for the most part, you guys see me do so many different things on this channel. You've seen me come on here and fumble words and read certain people's comments and not even realizing that they're trying to get me to read their comment for a reason because they're trolling. I've gotten in tangled with some of the trolls that have come on this channel, and you've seen me. You guys seen me. You ladies and gentlemen have seen me come on here, and yet again, I will not pretend to be something I'm not. So just so you all know, so I remember I came on here yesterday and I was talking about our hours, and lo and behold, once again, we've lost a few hours. So we were at like 85, 28.85, and now we're at 28.78. I just I don't get it anymore. I don't get how the hours keep going up and down, but like we're so close, we're like this far away, and just got to roll with the punches, man. Um, I don't see the live though right now. It's not being shared out. How long has it been? 23 minutes, man. Why isn't it showing up right now? Are you guys just randomly finding the live? Or what? Oh, there it is. Okay, I just found it. Um, okay, so got to switch here, and then we're gonna pin some stuff in the comments. No, there's another hummingbird. I got to fill up the hummingbird food. It's getting low. They've been drinking it like it's going out of style. All right. I'm noticing again like a shift in the algorithm on YouTube. I think the last couple weeks, like I would say August was like a really, really good month, where they were like just pumping out the lives, and now they're not. I notice it's dropped off like a lot, a huge amount. Like we were picking up 20, 30, 40 hours a day in watch hours, and now it's dropped off big time in September. Um, so we got about 67% out of 9 votes say that they are being their authentic self. 67%. Um, Thank you, everybody, for joining. I've got to pick, and speaking of which, after Wednesday, I'm going to be able to. I think what I'm going to do. I think the lives I'm going to do with you guys is going to be around like 11 o'clock, 11:30, probably 11 a.m. Eastern time. I think that's when I'm going to. What do you mean by that, sheep Seki? If you were being your authentic self, you would be happy. Oh, I get you. So why aren't you your authentic self? What's stopping you from being your authentic self? What's stopping you from being who you are? Because let me just say this, man, I've learned the last several years that the more you are yourself, the real people that ride with you will be magnetized towards you. The real people that you're supposed to be around, that your tribe will in fact be drawn to you the more authentic you are. It just doesn't feel good, man, when you chill with people that you're just not able to be your authentic self around, and they judge you for, like, if you're like silly or you make some joke, they gaslight you. And I've had that many times. And it's like, it's just not enjoyable when you have to, like, have these guards up and you have to protect yourself and you have to pretend. It just doesn't feel good, man. It's exactly what I said earlier. It feels like eggshells, like you're walking on eggshells. It feels like I have to be careful of what I say. I have to watch how I act. I can't be myself. I can't wear the clothes I want to wear. I can't, God forbid I do this, then they make fun of me. God forbid, you know what I mean? Like all these things you got to be protective of, and people can feel that. I'm getting massive chills because I know God is bringing this message through for someone on here, whether you're watching the live or you're going to watch the replay. There's somebody that's here to listen to this. And I'm telling you, man, I did it for years and years and years, and you know what happened, man? You know what happened? People actually ran away, family included. And the more I stepped into the truth of who I am, the more authentic I became, the more people wanted to be in my energy, wanted to be around me, wanted to chill with me, want to still chill with me. And, it's like the more authentic, the more in my heart I became, the more people love you even more. Hey, Don, what's good? Keep it up, Bubba. I think you're pretty cool. I don't care what anyone says about you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot, man, from the heart. And I don't care either. I don't care either. As you can see, man, I've been at this YouTube thing for many, many years, man. And me and Luna's is just in a year, fresh. This is the first year. Before that, I've been at it for years on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on not TikTok, but uh, Periscope, and the amount of people that say mean things and nasty things, I really don't care. I'm going to keep being myself, and I'm going to keep sharing the messages that I feel people need to hear from my own experiences, from what I've gone through, even if there's one person in here or zero, and some days there's zero. Some days there's 100. Some days there's 200 people in here. And you know what? At the end of the day, man, the messages will reach far and wide to the people that need them the most. And as I said, man, it's like the people that did not ride with me, the people that did not support me aren't in my life anymore. You know what I'm saying? The people that made fun or, bullied or whatever the words you want to use are not around me any longer. And that's okay because they weren't meant to be. And when you let those go and you really step into who you are, that's the magic, man. That's when your tribe forms. That's when the people want to be around you, want to be in your energy, and they can't get enough of you. And it's like that's when your light is shining so bright and you're connected straight to God, straight to source, through being your authentic self. This is like a big one, man, because so many of us have been taught differently, and or we suppressed it due to what happened to us as a child, and we have been walking around afraid to be who we are because we're afraid to lose the marriage, lose the girlfriend, lose the boyfriend, lose the family members, lose the friends that you've had for 20 years. And you hold on to these masks and these identities of what you're not any longer. You know how many times I've shed versions of myself? And like right now, I'm letting go of things that no longer align with me, which is like comic books and action figures and things like that they just don't align with me anymore. But at one point in my life, I love that stuff. Not to say that I wouldn't watch like a Superman movie or, a Marvel movie or something of that nature, but at the same time, that was me at one point. At one point, I was a New York Giants fan. I was born in New Jersey. I was a diehard New York Giants fan. I loved hamburgers. I loved chicken wings. I loved barbecuing every Sunday. I don't do it anymore. Would I do it again? I don't know. A lot of us are finding who we are through trial and error of different things. Like me and Luna were talking about the other day, like throwing things against the wall and seeing what sticks, trying different things. Maybe before you loved, cotton candy, and maybe you don't anymore. But maybe your friends do, and maybe they want to have it, but you're like, nah, I'm not good. I don't really care for that no more. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, but there's a lot of people that think that you are this plumber, you are this person that loved Marvel, you are this person that was a hippie. Now you're not anymore. And that's okay. But like now you're changing and they don't like the fact that you're changing. And that goes along with like boundaries and setting boundaries and all this kind of different things. But like if I look at the different phases of my life, it's crazy, man. At one point when I was in my early 20s, like I was smoking weed all day and I was drinking and partying and doing raves and wearing all black and listening to death metal and heavy metal. And I don't listen to any of that anymore. Then there was a phase where I was into comics and Marvel and DC and all of that stuff. And I continued going to comic book stores because our roommate loved it. And I don't even know if I really, really, truly loved it. Same with sports. We were barbecuing, and I was like, we would have arguments about the teams, and he would be Miami Dolphins fan, and I was a New York Giants fan, and we'd be arguing about blah blah blah, who this, and I haven't watched football in I don't know how many years. So yeah, you could say it comes along with that, but a lot of people continue to do it to not want to let go of a 20-year friendship, to let go of family, to let go of, because they feel that if they become themselves or what they're changing into, they're going to lose all the people that they've known their entire life, or their marriage is going to end, or they're going to, how do you know? How do you not know that those people will vibe with you when you really open your heart and you really become yourself? I live in a mission church sent by my parents who says I have alcohol problems. Okay, and um, do you actually believe that though? Sheep, Seki, do you believe that? That's the question. Okay, you've admitted you've had, but do you really truly think you have that, or are you admitting that because they say that you have, and and wherever they've admitted you to, you feel like if you say no, I don't need this, I'm fine, that they're going to kind of. I felt like for a very long time, and I was living in the shadows of my father, and I'll tell you guys the story with this beard because I never had a beard. I had just a mustache and a little goatee and scruff on my face, and that's what I always had. And I never thought to grow a beard like this. And when I started to grow it, when my dad was still alive, he told me to move out if I was going to grow this beard. You know, even though I know he would have never done that because he was a loving person and supportive as hell, but he was programmed in a lot of ways too. But I started to grow it when he was still alive at the end, towards the end. And once it got a little bit, not this long, but just a little bit, he thought some type of way about it. And it was almost like I was afraid to. And there was certain things that when I was just talking to you guys earlier about me crashing out in stores and restaurants, I had to show up at these family gatherings a certain way. Not that he was really going to truly like disown me or anything like that, but I don't know. There was something about it and the words that he used, and they all ganged up on me and used that I had fear about around it because I didn't know what I was going to do without him. So I felt trapped and stuck. And once he passed away, I feel like the contract that we had ended and I was free because I always felt like I had to show up a certain type of way around him. And if I showed up like sad, he would tell me, why did I even come to this family gathering? Because I was sad. And because I couldn't fake how I felt and pretend, he would get extremely mad. Like, why did you even come? What did you come for when you were going to act that way? And that was all I knew is to be myself. And yet people didn't like it. You know, I received a lot of hatred, and there's still things going on amongst my circle that hasn't fully resolved. Yet I refuse to not be myself. I refuse to be something I'm not. It is not. It is just merely suffering. Passions change, and with them, so do the people that surround you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree, Rick. I agree. But a lot of people, like I said, man, will not change because they're afraid and they're comfortable and complacent, and they're like, well, like I can't be around my husband or my wife this way, because if I do, then the relationship's going to end. Like I can't. I have to pretend that I'm this because this is how it was when we met. And like, no, hell no, man. I've said it with doing what I love and love what I'm doing. And if I don't love what I'm doing, then why am I doing it? And if I am not being myself, I don't want someone to like me because of somebody I'm not. I don't want somebody to be in a relationship with me if they don't truly want to be in a relationship with me because they truly want to. I don't want somebody to be a friend with me, a friend of mine, just because they're comfortable with it. I want them to be my friend because they really truly want to be my friend. Um, and I always said that when I was in relationships, or when I wasn't in a relationship and I was looking for one, that I would not stay with someone just to stay with someone, that or them just staying with me because they feel bad. You know how, okay, here's a good example. You know how people, like, they cheat, right? Because they're afraid to end that relationship, or they're afraid that they're going to hurt the person by telling them they no longer want to be with them. So they avoid it, and then they go out and they cheat because they maybe they've been in that relationship for like 20 years, and they're afraid to tell them they don't have feelings for them anymore. So they just stay in it, and then they go and they start living this other life. They have multiple lives and with multiple relationships because they're afraid to tell that person because they feel that they're going to hurt their feelings. And in actuality, they're really hurting them even more because the person can feel you being authentic or not authentic. They can feel it. They can feel the energy. And so people then go out and cheat, and then you know how dark always comes to light. So it's always gets found out, whether we like it or not. So either you slip up and you leave your phone unlocked, or something ends up happening where they find out. Oh yeah, of course. I think it's Veron. Of course, man. That's always going to be the case, man. It happens to me on here all the time, man. I can be, I can show up nice. I can not show up nice. I can show up with my heart open. Of course, man. You're always going to have that, man. And that's okay. Would you rather have the people that ride for you, or people that are just being fake and phony and just being around you just to be around you, but not actually loving you unconditionally? See, that's the biggest thing, man, that I want people around me that love me unconditionally. Like no matter what I've gone through, no matter what I experience, no matter how I am. Hey, Japan, what's going on, man? Welcome back. We got a good topic today. No matter how I am, no matter what happens to me, for the longest time, I was afraid to like show people different sides of me, like the side that I have fear around different things, the side that I have anxiety around things, the depression side, the sadness side. Like I always thought, because I was taught that I have to show up happy. If I go to an event, I can't be down and sad. I have to show up a certain way. I have to be happy no matter what, whether it's real or not. I cannot fake. I had to fake it. And that's what a lot of us have been taught and told. Like, no, because the different emotions like anger and sadness and grief and all those different ones are not okay. You only can be happy 24/7. Like, why do you think social media is so fake? Why do you think majority people do not show up themselves? They are not authentic. They either go and they take pictures in front of someone else's car, in front of someone else's house. They pretend to have these things that they don't really have. Hey, what's going on, man? Shub, what's happening, man? I hope I pronounced it right. Um, they pretend to have things that they don't. They pretend to show up what they're not, and that's why like Instagram and all these different platforms are not real. Well, yes, but I grew up around that, and if I was sad or angry, yes, I was taught that was wrong. If I cried, I was taught that you're going to get sick if you cry. So not to cry as a man, not to have these other emotions like anger and sadness. North Carolina currently. Where are you from? No, I'm not at all. I'm I always come on here and talk about myself authentically, Japan. This is my experience. There's no grouping anybody. This is my own experience. No, definitely not. I'm telling you from my own growing up and my own experience and majority. And yes, I am grouping as far as a lot of social media. You don't see people showing up real and authentic. They pretend to be something they're not for social media. Yes, as far as that goes, 100% I'm grouping people because that is a thing. You don't see a lot of these people that are have millions of followers coming on their platform being their real self. Like, oh, I had a bad day today. No, they don't. They don't show that. Celebrities, they don't show that. No, this is what, yes, yes, exactly. Because men are taught that. Men are taught to hide their feelings and their emotions, and crying is not okay. Yes, 1000%. And women too, but more so men. Yes, I am grouping that as well because it is true. At least in my generation and my dad's generation, men were taught that you had to hold it all together. You had to show up, and no matter how you're feeling, you have to push through. And that is a real thing. And I see it all the time. I see it on these lives. I see it in the comments. I see it around me. I see it with people all over the world. Men are taught to hide and suppress their emotion and just push through it. So, yes, 1000% I am doing that because it's true. And that's been a thing for centuries and decades. I don't know what you mean by what you realize what you see is catered. I don't know what that means. Um, so yes, it's a real thing. And I hope, and my hope is, and Luna's hope is that we remember who we are and that all emotions are okay. Because I not only see it, but Luna sees it in the female realm, and I see it in the male realm. And um, you know, uh, yes, growing up in my era and my generation, we were 100% taught to not have feelings, essentially, and that's why most people walk around numb and they don't feel. And I know that people on here will comment below and will say, yes, that's true. Yes, I experience that. Especially, like I said, especially men. And my hope is to to remind people that no matter what, no matter whether you're man, woman, it doesn't matter. You can feel everything. You can have anger, sadness. You can cry. That's why most people, and yes, I'm grouping this as well, most people haven't cried in years and don't even remember what it is like to cry. No, I don't agree with that, Japan. I don't agree with that. But you're allowed your opinion. You're allowed your opinion, but I definitely don't agree with that. I think um, most people don't, and they fall victim to comparing themselves to others on social media, and that's why so many people judge themselves and are sad and angry and depressed and feel like they're not where they need to be or should be because they have all these examples of being fake and non authentic. Um, most celebrities, like I said, they will not put out a video of a bad day they're having. They have to represent themselves in a certain way. They have to represent themselves where they have it all together. Most therapists aren't going to post an Instagram video of them having a hard day. They're going to just show like they have it all together because they have to, because of their clientele. Because then people won't use them as a therapist because they'll say, well, why am I using this person if this person is going through all these things? Like, how in the hell are they going to help me? You know? Um, no, they do because that's the state that we're in, man. That's a big, large part of why society and humanity is where we are because of the pretending on Instagram, the pretending on Facebook. This has been going on for since as long as social media has been around. um, Non-authenticity, that they don't have that type of life that they're actually showing you on Instagram or Facebook, on TikTok. That's not their authentic life that they're actually living every day. They just do it for the camera, for the followers, for the money. I mean, they can, because at the end of the day, everything is just a belief, and a lot of majority of see, man, this goes into a whole nother topic, and I really don't want to get off topic. I'm staying on the topic of authenticity, but this goes down a lot of different rabbit holes of control and fear and um, you know higher dimensional beings controlling the collective from another planet, from off planet. This goes into a lot of things I do not want to get into in this topic because I'm trying to stay on topic, and not go all over the place. And every day we're gonna go. I'm gonna go live, and we're gonna have a new topic, but we're gonna stay on that topic. At least I'm going to try to stay on that topic. And so I don't want to go off topic, and I can go in so many different ways with what you said about that, with programming and mind control and all kinds of different ways we can go with that answer that you just said about statistically. We can live any way we want to live. It's just your belief. And again, I'm not going to go into that. That's getting off topic. I mean, look, I'm not saying religion is a bad thing for anybody, and I never have. And again, this is getting off topic again, going into like religion. I really don't want to do that. I will just briefly touch on this, and then we're going to get back to authenticity because, um, yes, I don't disagree, but there is a lot of things there's been indoctrination and all kinds of things that have made people walk away from religion. And one of the biggest things is being your authentic self. Because when you're, as I said earlier and before you got on this live, when you're your authentic self, you're connected straight to God, straight to source. There's no deviating from that. But when you start to become something you're not for others, you begin to lose your connection to source. You begin to lower your frequency and your vibration, which then leads you to fear and control and all these other things that have happened for thousands of years. So the big thing, the biggest thing about this channel and the newer school and what me and Luna are building and creating and cultivating is remembering who you are, standing in your power, being your authentic self. The more you can be your authentic self, the more your vibration goes up, the more your frequency goes up, the more your connection to God gets stronger. And when you're not in your heart, and you're easily controlled and in fear. And like I said, your frequency and vibration lowers. So I want to say that the more we go forward, the more and more we have to. And at the end of the day, man, it just doesn't feel good to not be authentic. Like I said, man, so many people have, in fact, walked around their entire life with 1,000 different masks, not being who they are, not being their true self. And it shows with the people that they gravitate towards them. That's not really truly who you are, but you're doing it because of like, oh, I know this, or I'm familiar with this, or I'm comfortable or complacent with these relationships, or there's all different rhymes and reasons why people don't show up authentically. Unless we lived in a simulation, how is it that it would be possible for everyone to live Instagram Live? Again, that's getting off the topic that I want to talk about. We'll talk about this another day with another topic, but I want to stay on topic with authenticity. I can again, but it's another question that maybe I'll do. You know what? I just thought of an idea too, because how I just said what I'm going to do every day is we're going to have a specific topic and we're going to stay on topic. But then I think what I'm going to do is once a week we're going to do a Q&A where it's going to be just a Q&A where you can ask questions like that about frequency and vibration, and I'm more than willing to talk about it. I just don't want to get off topic. Because I have a title for the video and I need to start learning to stay on topic because I don't. And that's what makes it so difficult when I create the videos for you guys, or I do a channeled message. A lot of times it goes all over the place. Hey, Soph, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the live. It ends up, I end up creating a video and then I have so much content on the channel saved on YouTube that I have not posted due to the fact that I went off topic and I didn't stay on a topic to have a title for it. And I go in there and I'm like, oh man, what am I going to title this? And the same thing with the lives, and Luna's been telling me numerous times I need to stay on topic and create a topic before I come on the live. So what I'm going to do is I think what it's going to be, I'm going to do the lives I think we're going to go with like 11 a.m. Eastern time daily. And then once a week, I'm going to do a Q&A. And I think the Q&A may be Sundays. So we'll go live every single day. And maybe even I'll bring people on. And I don't know. There's going to be a lot of different things. Whatever feels good and what resonates with me and what resonates with the audience, all of you, our tribe. And we'll just go and we'll see how it goes, man. And I'll try it out, And come Wednesday, I've completed the hours I need to complete with TikTok. So I have a few days. I'm going to create a thumbnail and set it up and I'll have it set up to premiere every day. So you guys will get notifications every single day. And ahead of time, you'll be able to tap the like button and you'll be able to, like I used to do with the Sunday sermon. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think besides that, we now have I now have the microphone, which is right here. Wait, let me move the thing here. Oh, wait, which is right here. So I'm going to be setting up some dates to meet with some people and start recording the podcasts. And me and Luna also as well, because we want to start recording a couple episodes of Unfiltered. I'm putting that on as well. So I want to do that, and that's going to be something new that's, we're going to be doing here on the channel. So a lot of your questions are going to be answered because as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, Japan, I'm going to screenshot your questions here, like this one. Maybe I'll make a video today. Instead of answering on this live, maybe that'll be my video that I post today. I'll do it on vibration and frequency and I'll explain it. And then you can go back and watch the video. And then we can talk about any questions you have on the Q&A day. And that's kind of how we're going to do it, man, because for too long, man, I've been making videos going live and it's like randomly it just goes all over the place. And, I think what I want to do is what I could also do, I have another idea because there's somebody I follow. And let's say if I go live for like an hour and a half, we could talk about a specific topic for the first hour. And then the second half of the live, we can make a Q&A. There's lag, really? I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't know. Is everybody else noticing lag or is it just Japan? I think what I'm going to do too is set aside every video. So I'll put a topic that we'll discuss, right? This is a good idea. This is really good. And this will give everybody the opportunity to stay till the end of the live. And what I'm going to do is the second half of the live, we'll have a Q&A. So then we'll answer questions on the second half. So you save all your questions for the second half, and we'll do a topic, and then I'll put at the end Q&A. So topic/Q&A. I think that's going to be really good. I definitely want to do that. I think that's a great idea, and that will kind of keep me more on topic, and it will create a new habit because this is kind of like a new habit I need to do. I want to get myself into more of a habit of staying on topic when I create content for you all and when I also do lives. And then we can have either a specific day for Q&A or after each, like the second half of every live, we could do a Q&A. What is Robert saying? Anyone who just accepts and doesn't seek, ask why is harming themselves, religious or not? What is the best method we can use to determine truth? Your discernment, your intuition. Yeah, man, I'm a seeker too. Trust and believe that. Till the day I leave this earth. I'm a seeker of truth. Okay, well, I'm getting off topic again. I'm answering your question instead of waiting till the end. See, this is why I have to do this and be strict about it. All right, I'm going to screenshot your stuff, Japan. I'm going to write it down, and we're going to hold these questions till our Q&A. You have a lot of questions, man. Dang. It's good, though. It's really good, though. I'm glad you're a part of the channel because, man, Robert, is the live lagging by any chance? Because Japan said it was lagging. Dang, you got a lot of questions I'm screenshotting. No, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, and I'm just going to answer this one question, Japan, and then it's going to be held for the Q&A. Okay? You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Discernment, what resonates with you? It has to deeply resonate. Okay? So if you're listening to me and I say something to you, and again, I'll make a video of this around how do you discern truth and tell the difference between something that's true or not. And you know what? That's going to be another video or content or live. Live is fine. Okay, good. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, Japan, of course. But I'm gonna just answer this one quick thing, and I'm not going in depth about it. Okay, it's gonna be in another Q&A or live or something. But what I will say about that is you have to, like me sitting here telling you something, if it resonates with you, if it makes sense to you, if it feels right, that is discernment. That is intuition is more so like, I had that intuition, that feeling of turning right and I turned left and didn't listen. That's intuition. Okay. I had this feeling to buy something and I bought it, but my intuition was telling me not to. I had a feeling not to buy it, but I did it anyway. I had a feeling to go to this place to eat, and I didn't. I chose not to. Or the opposite. I had this feeling to not go to this place, but I went anyway. And I felt it, and it was like I was being guided, but I did it anyway. I didn't listen, and I did it anyways. I had this happen to me many years ago when I was living in Florida, and this girl that I was dating was following me behind me. And I'm sure a lot of us have experienced this when we're driving, where our intuition is telling us to take that left, but we take the right. And it's almost like we turn the wheel to the left, but then go to the right and hesitate. And then when we did that, we realized we went the wrong way. But if we would have listened and went left, it was the right way, and we would have been there quicker. Nothing is the wrong or right way anyway, but there's times where we maybe are going off of our the dome, so to speak, and not a GPS. And we have that intuition, and even our body's telling us turn left, but we turn right. And now we end up going the complete opposite way, the wrong way. Now we have to make a U-turn and go back around. When in fact, if we would have went left where our body was telling us, because the wheel was going to the left, but we went to the right, and that happened to me. and I was in Fort Lauderdale, and I was in downtown Beach Place in Fort Lauderdale. And literally, my hand went like this with the wheel to the left to turn into the parking lot where I was supposed to park. But I hesitated. And I went like this, but then stayed going straight. And I went straight, and I had to circle all the way around this whole place because it was only one way. You couldn't make a U-turn or anything. It was on A1A in the beach, and you had to keep going all the way around, like to then go all the way around to then go to the same parking lot I was going to go if I would have turned when my body and my intuition was telling me to go left into that parking lot. But I ignored it and I kept going. So that's what I mean by intuition. That's different than something resonating with you. Something I'm telling you, like right now, what I just told you about discernment and intuition. And does what I just told you about intuition resonate with you? Does that feel right to you? Does that make sense to you? Does it deeply feel good within you? That's how you tell whether I'm telling you the truth or not. So that's all I'm going to talk about it right now, because again, it's off topic. See, I see where you're at, Japan, and I see that you have woken up. And you're at the beginning stages of your awakening, because I can just tell. And by what I mean, I don't mean like, oh, you woke up yesterday. That's not what I mean by beginning stages, but I can tell because you're questioning everything. And I see it in the comments, and I see it on every live, and you're wanting to seek answers and truth. And this is like the beginning stages of like a truth seeker. When you wake up and you start questioning everything, and you start like, yeah, but this, yeah, but could this be that? You're trying to get answers and seek answers because you want to know the truth. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that you feel you've been lied to or told in your life that have not been true, and you've seen proof of that. And now you just want to know everything. You want to have the answers to everything. And you've got to be at a steady pace, man. You've got to just be patient and trust what's unfolding, and trust the information that you will get the answers you need and you want. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly it, Robert. Like, you don't have to have faith to necessarily for something like 1 + 1 exactly. It is, when you have a deep connection with God. It is a reliable method of truth, 1,000%. When you have that deep knowing and that deep connection to God, to whoever you believe or you go to, oh, 100% it is. There's nothing better than that connection to God and Source and the universe. Yeah, and it's not real. I wouldn't say intuition. I think there's, you know, like a, you know, it's more like intuition is more like I said, where you were gonna make a left and you decided to make a right. You were gonna buy this thing and then you chose not to buy this thing, but your intuition said to buy this thing. You had that knowing to buy it, but then you didn't. Or your intuition was telling you not to buy it and you bought it anyway, or you moved to this place when you had this feeling not to move to this place. That's intuition. That's a very different than someone telling you something, like a lot of these people all over social media talking about awakenings and truth, and you know um, the president telling you about, I don't know, this is happening all over the place, and you either choose to believe it or you don't. And you either listen deeply. How does it feel in your body? Does it feel off? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? What they're saying, does it align with me? That's very different than intuition. Not when you know yourself, Japan. I again disagree. Feelings are a great method if you are really if you are in touch and in tune with your body and your feelings. They're a great method, because that is connected with what feels good and what doesn't. That is a great they're all it's all connected. It's all connected. It is the first step, and it's funny how you come on here and you question everything, and I love it. But we need to like hold it for certain lives. I can't be just answering all your questions and nobody else's, and getting off topic, because that's what's happening here. And that's why I said what I think. And I applaud you for questioning everything, and questioning everything that I'm telling you, even. Um, because that's amazing. That's awesome, man. I love it. That's the type of people that I want to come and join our tribe. People that want to know everything and question everything and don't settle for one answer, but they are open, and you're open. And it's really cool and amazing that you're even open to any and all possibilities. We've been on here for an hour. I did talk a lot about authenticity. So, I'm just going to engage with you guys for a little bit. And, since right now there's nobody else really commenting, other than I thought somebody else did and I missed it. If I wasn't mistaken, I thought, or maybe I'm wrong. So many comments. Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken that. Oh, no. No. Just, oh yeah. Soph said she's missing Luna. That's the one I missed. Um, yeah, so yeah, I know you are the only one asking questions, but this isn't really supposed to be per se a Q&A. There is more people in here, but they're not asking questions. You're right. And at the same time, I want to respect and honor the fact that I had a topic that we were discussing, and to uphold that, and just so we can create this, so everybody that comes on, because not all the time, a lot of times the chat is moving like wild, and there's a lot of questions coming in, and I have to honor that, and I have to also honor myself for like staying authentic and being authentic, and sticking to topic. Otherwise, yeah, it's as we grow and the tribe gets bigger, I have to make sure I stick to topic, which I know Luna praised me yesterday for doing a good job with that, and I'm very thankful for that. I did stay on topic yesterday, and I feel like I did today, and I feel like at the same time, even with you pressing, I stayed on topic. Um, even with you and all your comments, which I love, I stayed on topic. So I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm going to keep doing that every day. And then it's going to turn into a habit. And then we're going to really stick to topic, because, again, our channel's growing and more people are finding us. And now is the time for me to learn this habit and being strict with it. And, thank you, Japan, for kind of, I would say, testing my staying on topic habit, because you're helping me to reinforce it, which is good, and I appreciate that, man. So much love for that, man. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you continuing to press. And it's definitely helped me to stay on topic more and to reinforce it. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. That too. That's another thing. I agree, Robert. Hell yeah. And you know what? You're showing you're showing so many other people um you're showing so many other people that, yeah, man, it is. I agree. I agree, Japan. I totally agree. And um you're going to really like the podcast and going down the rabbit hole, because we're going to go down the rabbit hole on different topics with different people. So this is that's you're going to really enjoy the stuff that we're going to start bringing forward. Yeah, I was too, Robert, and Japan, 1000%. Um, I was exactly there too, man. 40 years ago, and 7 years old, man. I woke up questioning everything. You know, there's certain things you're not going to be able to prove tangibly. Like, you can't prove that God is in this room with me right now, but I know deeply that He is. And that's all that matters. I don't need to prove it to you, Japan, or Robert, or anybody else. I just have to know deeply that my connection to God is so strong, and that when I ask Him to come in this room with me and sit with me, that He's holding my hand, that I can actually feel Him holding my hand. But you're not going to be able to tangibly see that or feel that. But that's okay. I don't need to prove that to you. No one needs to prove their connection to Source, God, the universe, or anything else. Again, that's another falsity that we've done, with having to, like, you can't, like, there's so much that science cannot prove. And there's so much that, like, you just can't prove with, like, my dad healing from fourth stage cancer, you know? Um, so, yeah, and he always does. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, every single day when I'm sitting in silence, God speaks to me and I speak to God and we connect, and I'm developing a stronger relationship. That's what God wants us to do, is to develop a relationship, to reconnect back. Because the reason that there is so much happening on the world, when you go down the rabbit hole, the rabbit is you and you only. Good one, Stephen Randall. I love that. It's true. Ain't that the truth? Um, yes, my God is all knowing. Our God, all of our God is all knowing. I mean, we're being tested all the time. Our faith, our faith is being tested all the time. Do we trust and believe that we're going to have that money to pay those bills? Do we trust and believe that we're going to have the food on the table? Do we trust and believe that we're going to be okay? That's being tested every day. How much do you believe? How much do you trust that the universe, that God has your back? Yeah, well, that's different. That's I mean, yeah, he could, but again, um, most of us, if not all of us, have disconnected, and we've been programmed to disconnect as a society because the dark forces don't want you to have that connection to source. So if we came down here like Jesus did and had that all-knowing connection to source, we would all be completely different, and this entire planet would be completely different. And it's the fact that we came in and we disconnected from God. Well, we got some more. We got some more comments coming in, Daren, and from Link. Haven't seen you in a while, Link 1111, man. It's been a while. Yeah, exactly. It is. It is, Robert. You're spot on, Robert. Questioning is not bad for me. Are you kidding me? Like I said, man, I came down and I questioned everything. But it's like there comes a point where yes, I questioned where God came from. Yes, I questioned why there's so much suffering. Yes, I questioned all of these things. But the one thing I don't question is my knowing and feeling and sensations of the fact that when I ask for God to be here, God is here with me in this room. There's certain things that there's no need to question anymore, certain things. Um, but to continue questioning is vital and important. And as I said, wow, I was exactly where Japan is. And you're questioning everything. You're questioning your faith. You're questioning why you're here. I mean, all of it. I mean, I can just see it with the questions you're asking and you're commenting about. Um, and it's like it's great, and I'm glad for it. And I hope at some point when me and Luna finish our platform that we're building, I hope that you're going to join Japan because we're going to have so many things to support the awakening process and questioning everything and all these different things and community and getting together on Zoom and having these conversations and everything. It's so much more. Uh, it's more. What's the word? Um, Community based. I don't know. That's not the word. I was trying to get this other word that I can't recall. What it's like right on the tip of my tongue, but it's more intimate is the word. It's more intimate. Um, than being on here and we will and there is going to be Q&As like this even on there because the ones I'm going to do on here are not going to be there's going to be a lot of people like right now you guys are pumping comments in the chat and when there's like normally when we have like 30 40 50 or more people in here I can't answer all these questions unless I'm on here for hours so you know you got to like align yourself with tribes and especially when you're coming up and questioning start beginning to question everything well there's a lot of comments in here so the chat's going wild yeah I know right say don't say sad man I know isn't it I love it man I love like and it's 11:11 too on the clock. This clock. It's not really 11:11, but it's 11:11 on this clock. Let me see if I can. Maybe I could look at the comments here better. It is great, isn't it? 100% align with tribes in all due respect. Yes, yes, because I can only answer so many questions on here, especially when the more and more things are growing, and they are, and our channel's been growing, and it's going to keep continuing to grow, and I won't be able to answer all these questions, and I want to. And yes, I'm going to dedicate. I really feel I'm going to dedicate specific days for Q&As. Maybe we'll have to do more than one Q&A, depending on how many questions are coming in. And I would really encourage you, Japan, to comment below these lives your questions, because then I can copy and paste them. And I would really like to create like a Google Doc with all the questions people are coming in that I don't get a chance to answer, that I can make multiple Q&As and answer these things, and we can have conversations about it. And it's not only me, because I'm not an expert in everything, I'm really truly not, but I bring wisdom. I connect to God. I bring the messages straight from God. I let God work through me, and I'll answer whatever I can the best I can. And again, sometimes you may not like my answers. Sometimes you may think they're triggering. It's okay, as long as we have an open mind and we have a respectful conversation. I'm more than willing to do that, and I love doing it. I love coming on here and engaging with you all, and respectfully. And I say this all the time. When will the back and forth in regarding beliefs to opposing sides may never agree to? So why not respect each other's points of view? Part as friends, but respect each other's approach. Yes, exactly, Link. Exactly. You said it perfectly, because a while back, I was doing a podcast. It was called Spiritual Boot Camp. And with a good friend of mine, a brother from another mother, I hope to realign with him and do some other things in the future at some point when the time is right. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, sad man. Yeah, that's what we're here talking about. Many people are, and they don't have faith anymore, and they don't believe in anything. And everything comes down to belief. Every single thing. So yeah, my friend, we started a podcast called Spiritual Boot Camp, and we talked about topics like everything under the sun, like flat Earth and twin flames and veganism, and we recorded hundreds of episodes, and I have them all. A lot of them I had on the website, a lot of them I don't anymore, but hundreds of them. And we literally would get on and respect each other's opinion and viewpoints, and never once maybe once in a while we had disagreements, but for the most part, we never once sat there and put each other down or fought one another over the beliefs each of us had. And we respected one another, and we just got on there, and we were this was our theme of the podcast: two dudes having a conversation. It was simple as that. And it was never done before in the way that we did it. And I really enjoyed doing it. But then I started to get to the point where it wasn't feeling right anymore. Take care, sad man. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers too, my friend. We're on our way up, brother. Yeah. I mean, that's good too, Robert. That's a good way to put it, you know? And wow, we got 20 votes in. 70% said yes, 30% said no. So 30% are not moving as their authentic self. Wow. I just got chills, man. That's sad. But on the flip side, I'm happy to hear that 70% of 20% is moving authentically. That's really great to hear. I definitely want to run this poll again another day for sure. And I don't think we're done talking about authenticity. That's for sure. Um, well, what time is it? Yeah, I got to get going, but I'm probably gonna come back a little later. I got to get going. I know there's a lot of comments in here, and I screenshotted a bunch of them. But what I suggest you do, Japan, if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if when this video goes up or any of the videos, any of the lives, post your comments below the videos. All right, like your questions, and then I can go in there and highlight them and copy them and paste them into a Word document. And it also will, in fact, help the algorithm and get the videos out to more people and get the lives kicking. So if you can, and I would appreciate it, and that's all I ask. And I ask everybody that's on here, there's 7 people, please tap the like button and subscribe to the channel if you feel called. But it would be really, really great if you could comment your comments or your questions below the videos. And then I can, like I said, I can highlight them, I can create a list, and then when we do Q&As, not only will I address and not only that, if you guys do that, I can also then make content, and Luna can too, around your questions. So like the question that one of the questions that I remember Japan had, um, the question that Japan addressed about frequency and vibration, to talk about frequency and vibration. If you would comment that in the video, in one of the videos, I would make a video about that. And then I can answer more questions through content. And then you can go back and you can watch the video. And it may resonate with you, it may not. And that's okay. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. The most important thing, I can say this, and I'm going to finish this live off with this, is leave what resonates, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. So you can watch or listen to somebody and get a few lines or sentences out of what they say, and that's it. And you may gain a little bit or you may gain a lot. And either way, that's okay. You don't have to, you can listen to someone and maybe 20% of what they say doesn't resonate and the other percentage does. And that's okay. You don't have to, not everything somebody's going to say is going to resonate with you. It never will. Sometimes it does. Actually, I don't want to say it never will. Sometimes it does. I listen to people and, maybe one video they put out, I don't resonate with it. But then they do a live and I resonate with everything they said. So it all varies dependent on, you know, um, where you're at in your life at the time. So my apologies if by not realizing your original intent. I meant no harm. Thank you, Link. That's really kind of you, man. Um, so All right. Well, listen, guys. Thank you for a respectful live. Thank you, everybody, for being respectful. Robert, Japan, Link, 1111, Steven, everybody that has come on, Sadman, everybody that has come on. Thank you for opening your heart, opening your mind, being respectful, treating each other with kindness and love, and just everybody's got their belief and opinion, and it's like, who cares? Like, I don't hold attachment to anything, man, because I feel like that's when we suffer. When someone has a difference of opinion, we get upset and angry because that's not what we believe. But you know what? Whenever we are closing ourselves off to not listening to someone fully, then we're closing the opportunity for, maybe there is something they have to say that is important and that could assist me in some way, shape, or form. Not one of us on this planet, I believe, has the full, honest truth of everything. And I also 100% don't think that when we even leave this body, we're going to have the answers to everything. So we're all constantly seeking the truth, seeking answers, and we're and it's okay. We're all here trying to figure it all out, and you never know who has, could have something that could be beneficial to you or to someone else. You never know. So I just ask that everyone have an open mind, an open heart, and just, hey, there's a message for each and every one of us somewhere, some way, from everyone, even from someone just awakening. You could be just awakening, and you have a message for me that I could learn from it. You could be someone that's been awakened for the past 100 years, and you could have a message in it for me. So you never know what gift somebody can bring you. Just stay open, and let go of any and all attachments to anything, to any ideology, to any belief, to anything, because each and every day we're changing. We're changing a lot, and we're shifting, and we're and one day you may believe this or that, and then the next day you don't. And then someone comes along and teaches you something new, and you're like, oh, wow, that's something I didn't realize. That's interesting. So, with that being said, man, take care, everybody. I'll be back soon. I love you all, man. We have a lot happening on this channel with me and Luna. So, stay tuned for it all. A lot is unfolding in the planet, for us, within us. Stay open, keep your heart open, lead with love, and I love you, and take care. And until then, man, I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go. Like, subscribe, share, and comment.